Got my notes hidden here, so hold on a second. So overall, first of all, I want to thank you guys for coming out like always. Truly appreciate the coverage that you guys give to Penn State football and our program and our players. I thought overall it was an unbelievable environment. We've been fortunate. I think we've been over 105,000 each week. That's had a huge factor, on our success so far. I also think just the energy after last year, I think it's been great for everybody. It's been great for our community, and I know it's been great for our football program specifically. When you talk about, the game in my mind, defensively, I just think we're playing really good, complementary defensive football. I don't know if we're overwhelming in any area, but I think the defense is doing their job, the linebackers are doing their job, the secondary is doing the job, and I think the coaches are doing a tremendous job. And we're playing really good complementary defensive football. We make timely turnovers. I thought the play that Porter made was a big-time play. To be tracking the ball like that, the receiver's doing the same thing. You don't know if contact's going to occur to lay out and make that interception. Super proud of him. And then obviously the blocked field goal. I think it was Ebiketie that got his hands on it, AK. But if you watch, really, they collapsed the whole side of the line, which was impressive. Offensively, we were able to get the running game going. That's a really good sign for us in our future. To me, it's also exciting because we haven't really put it all together yet on offense, but we're doing some really good things. The chemistry between Jahan and Sean is really good. They've been playing together for a long time, obviously now in practice and in games. But we're doing some good things there. We need to continue to build on it. We got to continue to get Parker and Keandre and our tight ends involved in the passing game as well. And then special teams, obviously, it was great to hit that 50-yard field goal. Again, I think we're doing it really in all areas, and I couldn't be more proud of them. So open up to questions.
Greg Pickle, Blue White Illustrated, then we'll go to Mark Brennan.
James, how close do you feel like you are to putting it all together on offense? And what areas do you think are there versus what needs to get there?
Yeah, I think it's consistency. I think there's times where we do some really good stuff. We have to do it consistently. We throw the ball really well at times. We run the ball well at times. We got to be more consistent in everything we do. The details really matter. But I think we're close. Right now, we found a way to be 1-0 this week. I'm proud of that. The film is going to be really important to jump on. I think you guys know I want to enjoy this win for a few hours, but I think we all realize Iowa's a really good football team. They always are, but they're playing on a different level right now, and then going on the road is going to be challenging. So we got to get some things cleaned up, and we're going to have to take another step.
Mark Brennan, then Neil Rudell.
James, you addressed the complementary aspect of the way you're playing. Could you talk about specifically the way the defense stepped up after Sean threw the interception? It looked like really that was a momentum shift in the entire game.
Yeah, I thought that was a huge play. We spend a lot of time talking about that sudden change defense. We cover it every single Friday in our Friday situational practice that we do. And I think Brent does a really good job of kind of coaching the mentality of it. It's an opportunity is the way we look at it. On defense, it's an opportunity to go out there and do something special when momentum is swung and to swing it back. And then they decide to go for it on fourth down, and that was a big stop. So I agree with you. I think that was a huge play in the game. If they score there or pick up that first down, it may be a different game. So I agree with you. It's a huge play. But we're playing really good defense right now. I'm really proud of them. The good thing is I think there's areas that we can still get better there too.
Neil Rudell, and then Mike Gross.
James, I know it didn't really factor into the outcome, but could you explain the penalty on the shuffle pass? What happened there? It's kind of strange.
Yeah, as you guys know, I can get upset and be critical when I think it's wrong. That was the right call. I haven't seen the film, but the way it was explained to me, it was the right call. So Jahan covered the tight end up. We covered the tight end up, and since we covered tight end up, even though the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, he's an ineligible receiver. It'd be no different than an offensive lineman catching the ball. So that's what wiped it clean. I do think the throw that Sean made on the back line is exactly how you want that to go. Those type of throws in the end zone, you want to be, a top shelf type throw that's going to be called for a touchdown or out of the end zone, a safe throw. But that was a legitimate call. I got to see the formation on film, but the way it was described to me, we covered up the tight end, so it makes him ineligible.
Mike Gross and Rich Scarcella.
James, what are the specific qualities of the defense that makes it so good in the red zone?
Yeah, I don't know if it's qualities. I think, defensively or in general, red zone can be challenging for people because it limits your playbook. So I think our guys got a really good idea and understanding of what we want to do in the red zone, what the offense is going to try to do against us. And we've been pretty good against the run. We've been bend but don't break, but we've been pretty good. And I think when you're able to take away what people are trying to do, whether it's run the ball or whether it's crossing routes or man concepts, we're doing a good job of it. And to me, what you're seeing in the red zone is very similar to what you're seeing out in the open field. We're playing good defense. Again, I know there's some people out there in the country that may be playing more suffocating defense just in overall, but our defense is something that I hope all of our fans and Letterman are very proud of.
Rich Scarcella, the new bias.
James, what is it about the combination between Sean and Jahan that makes it click so well, more than just being together?
Well, I think the first thing is Jahan's good. that helps. That helps. And then I think the combination of Jahan's talent and the time that Sean and Jahan have spent together, whether it's on the practice field, whether it's watching film, whether it's in meetings, and then they've played a lot of games. I don't know what the number is. It'd be a good thing to kind of talk about, Chris. But those two have played a lot of games together, and that helps. And I also think Sean's ability to extend plays and make plays with his feet puts the defense in conflict. He steps up in the pocket. You got to decide, am I going to stay with my man or am I going to go cover Sean? And then Jahan really has got a good feel of how to get open in those situations. And the thing I love about him, he's always working towards the sideline. And as a quarterback, you want to step up in the pocket and you want to go to a check down right away, whether it's a running back or tight end over the middle of the field. And then once you extend the play, your eyes need to go to the sideline. I know everybody gets excited about the stuff you see where guys are throwing across their body back in the middle, Mahomes doing all this crazy stuff. But more times than not, those are going to get you beat and get you in trouble. And Sean's doing a really good job, and so is Jahan. Stepping up in the pocket, looking for checkdowns. I think we can do a little bit more of that. But then when he's extending plays, he's looking for people consistently on the sideline. And I think when you do that, you got a chance to do some good things on offense.
New bias Wilborn, and then Joe Juliano.
What does it mean when, by the way, thank you for taking time and everything.
Thank
what
you,
does
sir.
it mean when a guy like Johnson tie a record set by Todd Rackett going back to the 80s? What does that mean for them as players, but also just where you guys are?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, their touchdown, Clifford and Dotson, they have the most touchdown connections in Penn State history.
Awesome. I didn't know that. Pretty cool. As you guys know better than me, especially some of you guys have been covering Penn State football for a long time. We've played good football here for a long time. A lot of quarterbacks, a lot of receivers. There's been really good football played here for a long time. So when you can break a record or do something that's never been done here before, to me it says something. So that's a great stat. It's also really cool that we did it when Todd was here. So I think he'll probably look at it the same way, but I didn't know that. But it's awesome.
Joe Juliano, and then Audrey Snyder.
James, you referenced Iowa earlier. I don't know if you got the chance to see at least a minute or two of the game last night, but you ever heard of a team that has got 7 turnovers in a game, and what does that mean for how secure you guys have to be with the ball?
First of all, Joe, I appreciate you wearing your mask.
Thank you.
Number 2, I feel your pain of the fog glasses. I did it the entire year. I did get a chance to really follow it on social media. I was in Philly and then couldn't get back and had the car service back, didn't get back until late, so I didn't get a chance to actually watch the game, but I followed it. on social media. I have had a chance to see them a couple other times just on TV. They're playing really good, you know, and they're able to run the ball. They're playing great defense, and they have. You know, that defensive coordinator's been doing a really good job. And it's amazing is you turn on the tape from yesterday, you turn on the tape from 6 years ago, you turn the tape on for 12 years ago. They do what they do, but they do it well. And the fact that they're always in zone coverage and they always have eyes on the quarterback. They got these massive defensive linemen that are able to get pressure and bat balls down. They're a good team. So I'm going to try to enjoy this one for a few hours, and I haven't been doing a great job of sleeping in on Sundays. I usually wake up to go to the bathroom around 4:30 in the morning, and my mind just starts going about things from the previous game and then things from the next game. So I get back in bed, I lay there for an hour. It's not fun. And then I usually go get donuts with the girls, but it's too early, so now I've just been going to get the donuts, leave them on the doorstep, and then come into the office and get working on it. And it's going to take that again, I think, this week. There's a lot of things we've got to correct from this game, and we got a tremendous challenge on the road. There's not a whole lot I look forward to of going. What's the town?
Iowa City.
Yeah, to Iowa City. I am looking forward to the hospital and waving to those children, but that's the only thing I'm looking forward to. But it will be a tremendous challenge.
2 more questions, Audrey Snyder, then Pat Principe.
James, when you look at kind of your short yardage situations, where do you think you guys are with that? You said, you got the running game going, but where do you think you can kind of go and move on from that?
Yeah, we got to be better. We got to be better. I think that's the point you're getting to. I think it may have been Ben last week that brought up, throwing the ball. We obviously can do that as well. From a mentality standpoint, I think it's important to be able to run the ball in the low red zone. I think it's important to be able to run the ball in short yardage situations and to be able to kind of impose your will on people. I think that's an important aspect of your program. So there's some things that we got to get cleaned up. I'm going to take the positive approach that we took a big step today in the running game. Obviously, there's still some areas like that we got to get better at.
Pat Principe, last question.
James, to get to
I didn't think you were going to ask anybody on this side.
The
Hey,
wind's
it's how they
blowing in the
respond.
right direction, that's what it is. To get to where you are right now with the schedule you've played, I think you have to have a team that's both mentally and physically tough. What's there to like just about the toughness of this team right now?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, to go on the road to Wisconsin to open the season and then have an Auburn program here and obviously a Ball State team that was returning champs. And we've been tested early on. We really have. I do think we are mentally tough. I do think we are physically tough. I do think we've been tested. But I also think this is a team that trusts and cares about each other a great deal. I think they trust the coaches. I think they trust their teammates. You don't see guys outside of the system trying to make plays. They're doing their job at a very, very high and consistent level, and it makes it fun. It really does. They're long hours, but it's fun to come to work together with what I think is the best staff in America, and it's fun to come with these guys, these young men. They are busting their butt. I don't think the last 2 weeks we put complete weeks together of preparation. I thought last week was better than the week before, but I still think we can be better. So that's going to be important for us this week. But I'm proud of them. I'm proud of where we're at, and we got to continue battling to take the next step.